Pain and Glory is a 2019 Spanish drama film written and directed by Pedro Almodóvar. Spanish film director, calm and reserved Salvador Mallo, played by Antonio Banderas, gives impeccable performance, is in decline both physically and mentally, which has made him reflective, particularly his chronic back pain and headache. He has given up on work and retreated into a depression, reliant on medication, and recently he started to experience dysphagia, difficulty in swallowing. Favor, one of Salvador's classic films, has been restored and he was asked to appear at a screening. He has not seen Alberto Crespo, played by Asier Etxeandia, the lead actor of the film, in 32 years. But he decides to reach out and ask if he will help present the film. Their falling out was on Alberto's heroin use during filming. So Alberto, who still smokes heroin, is surprised when Salvador asks for some when he is getting ready to smoke. Now Salvador regularly taking heroin to manage his pain. As the present day story moves forward, so a mosaic of vivid flashbacks transports him to more vibrant past. The childhood that saw his parents moving to a village in Valencia, where they lived in a cave. The thunderbolt-like dawn of desire, experienced as a childhood fainting fit, understood only on reflection from a distance. We first seen Salvador underwater, submerged in a swimming pool, his thoughts floating toward a vision of his mother played by Penelope Cruz, washing clothes in the river, where we see communal singing of Jacinta and her friends. Then the piano lesson where Salvador says, "I like the Beatles and cinema." His teacher replied, "We'll do some less pagan subjects." A deeply personal work from Almodovar that mixes autobiography with fiction to powerful effect. Piercing sadness and joy go hand in hand. It is about love, memory, art, mother, lover, and himself. He remembers when, as a small boy, his mother arranged for him to teach a young man named Eduardo how to read, write, and do math in exchange for work on the cave, and then used this as evidence of his intelligence to gain him admittance to a seminary. He did not want to leave home or become a priest, but because they were poor, his mother saw it as the only way for him to get an education. To make amends, Salvador agrees to let Alberto stage a play, Addiction, a reminiscence of love affair torn apart. He says it's a confessional text, and I don't want to be identified, echoing his mother's complaints that his films had turned their private lives into a public entertainment. But Alberto insists on performing Addiction as a monologue, setting in motion a chain of events that will blur the line between art and life. Coincidentally, Federico, who the story is about, goes to see the show, and Alberto gives Salvador's contact to him. He sees doctor about his pain and dysphagia and admits to his heroin use, and that he still has not recovered from either the death of his mother 4 years earlier or a back surgery 2 years after that. Salvador remembers when his mother lived with him near the end of her life and thought he had always blamed her for sending him to the seminary. Although before his mother died, Salvador was able to apologize for not being the son she wanted. He feels guilty he was not able to take her to her village to die, like he had promised. Mercedes shows Salvador an invitation to a small art gallery that has a portrait of a small boy on it. He recognizes the painting. They goes to the art gallery and learns that the owner had found Eduardo's portrait of him at a flea market. Salvador buys the painting and discovers a letter written on the back in which Eduardo thanks him for his help with writing and math and gives him an updated address so they can stay in touch. Before Salvador loses consciousness from the anesthetic, he mentions to his doctor that he has started writing again. He is then seen on film set directing a scene from his childhood in a meta-like ending with Penelope Cruz and Asier Flores. The warmth of the early childhood scenes, the poignancy of Jacinta's last days, the tensions and anxieties of Salvador's suspended life with more pain than glory. It all adds up to a richly satisfying work by director whose love for cinema shines through every frame. This film is available on MUBI. Enjoy the film. If you enjoyed the video, then please like and share this video. Do subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click the bell icon.